Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here doing the monthly reading for the sign of Leo for January 2018. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for your patience and for your encouragement to keep going. I had a crazy Christmas season schedule-wise, and then I really just needed to step back from everything for my own health and wellness. So thank you for giving me that time. I am back with a couple of new projects for you. So as I mentioned, we'll be doing monthly readings now. During mid-month, we'll be doing pick a card readings for you. And then as promised for the last couple of months, I am going to start uploading some face-to-face videos for you where we'll be discussing some projects of mine and basically some topics and subjects that are important to me and that I find exciting, some of which you may find controversial, so you might even enjoy that. So my dear Leo, today we're doing two sets of readings. One will be a personal question reading for you. So whatever is personal in your own heart that you've been considering for quite some time here, we're going to look at that for you. So this is a personal question reading for you, 6 cards in total. And then we'll be using the other 2 decks for 6 cards for your monthly forecast. So with regard to your question today, we'll be asking 3 of them. And even if you don't have one at the top of your head right now, once the cards are laid down or we get through laying the 6 cards all together, you might have a question formed for you. If that's not available to you, what you might need is some confirmation around a concern for you. So again, this does have to do for the month of January, and this is for your personal question this month. So without further ado, let's begin with what is Leo in the middle of? So this is regard to your personal question, Leo. What is Leo in the middle of? We're just looking for one jumper. It's so curious. If you've been around for quite some time, you know that sometimes several cards jump out at once and I will usually take them. But I've created some new perimeters for myself this year for reading, and one of them is one card jumper only. So we're looking now to answer what energy affects your current position. There we go. And then what is the lesson here? So with regard to the same question, we're looking at what is the lesson? What is the lesson around what are you in the middle of and what is affecting it? What are you in the middle of? What is affecting it? What are you in the middle of? Too many cards. I'm looking for one jumper. What is the lesson for Leo here? Good heavens. These are a little bit wonky today. They've been, here we are. And then we're going to pull some qualifiers for each and look at these for you together in answering your question. Let's qualify the go the distance card. Let's qualify what is Leo in the middle of. What is Leo in the middle of? This is the first one to jump. We are going to take that and ignore the others. Let's qualify what energy affects what Leo is in the middle of. Perfect. And let's qualify what is the lesson that Leo is going through. And here we are. Perfect. So Leo, with regard to your question, what am I in the middle of with regard to your personal question? What are you in the middle of? You're in a race with yourself, or you're a race against time, or you're a race against something you've already put in motion. And what's qualifying this is the breathe card. If you feel worried about an outcome here with regard to a personal question, Leo, you're being asked not to worry about this, or if you feel that a very specific outcome need to be available to you or need to happen in order to be perhaps successful. For example, for you this month, we're going to practice trust here. So keep going in the direction that you're going, but we're going to pay more attention to the journey than the outcome. This is also going to relieve your spirit and your mind as well if we're paying attention to where we are right now in this journey or in this process, as opposed to, what's going to happen when we get there, or who will we be when we arrive type thing. So again, keep going in the direction you're going. It looks like here it's really positive for you. What are you in the middle of? Keep going. You're in a little bit of a race here, something that you've begun already. And as I mentioned, if this isn't a question for you and you just needed some confirmation around a personal situation, just consider yourself going in the right direction here. But to remember to take positive breathers for yourself. If you feel overwhelmed or if you feel more concerned with the outcome, you're going to want to take a little, just a little breather around that. And one thing that I've learned through my teacher, Louise Hay, through her books and audiobooks is to breathe deeply 3 times in a row. That actually really helps, especially if you're experiencing anxiety this month or any time. If you can just sort of, and then do that 3 times in a row. Just take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, let your mind sort of relax, and then keep going. And I think you'll be fine. Here in the question area, what energy is affecting this go, go, go mentality and this you might need to withdraw or at least give yourself a little peace of mind here? Something isn't for you. Perhaps it's the actual outcome. Perhaps it's part of the journey. Perhaps it's the answer you're seeking right here. We have a chessboard, something that could feel like a game or gamey. Or something that's even in suspension as the image shows here, something that feels like maybe you've begun something here and something else is holding up the outcome or the possibility of finishing something here. We're just looking at it not going the way you want it to, but it's to your best benefit. That is a peculiar thing for you that you would maybe not necessarily think if something wasn't for you that it was automatically bad, but that's not necessarily what it is. Maybe there's been something presented to you here that's added some clarity to what you've been running after or going after or moving toward here. And once you calm down or once you see things as they really are, for example, you can see, oh, okay, a portion of this or a part of this really isn't in my best interests. And then you can think about that and use that information to your benefit here. So we have your thinker. We have just, again, very similar cards here. We have sort of this rush or this hurry, this sense of it isn't for me, maybe even being an element of disappointment here. But remember, take it easy, breathe, be in the moment, think about what's happening, especially if this is an emotional endeavor. You're going to want to spend some time thinking about that and mulling that about through your intellect and through the thought process and not just the feeling process here. And here with fork in the road and yin, this is what is the lesson? Well, a decision needs to be made. This is evident here. What is the lesson? Basically that a decision has been made and is moving you in the direction for yourself, or a decision has to be made here. Just look out for any trickery or upset here. Someone might be trying to get one over on you. With regard to making this decision, make sure it's in your best interests, okay, Leo? Even if you're looking out for someone else or you feel that you need to put someone else first, you can do that in your day-to-day. But with regard to this personal concern for you and this decision, this has to be for you. And if they're your partner and they love you or they're on your side or they're your cheerleader, they'll be there for you no matter what you decide, okay? And here with yin qualifying the fork in the road, this could very well have to do with another woman or about another woman or women's interests, issues, or facets of a woman's life. This could have to do with the emotional world for you. And ultimately, the decision could be around taking a break from actually being receptive, waiting for something to become available to you as opposed to rushing out and getting it. So in fact, these two are incongruent. The go the distance, keep going the way you're going, no problem, in terms of what are you in the middle of, but what's the lesson? It's to actually be receptive. So keep going if it's in your best interest here, but if you feel like by virtue of slowing down or taking a deeper look at what's happening here, we're looking at some very calming, introspective, thoughtful cards here. So go, 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 maybe some emotional disappointment, a decision needing to be made, but taking a break from really contemplating an issue and then being receptive, maybe waiting for someone else to make the first move, or allowing answers and allowing answers to come to you could be a concept for you here with regard to your personal question. So Leo, moving on, let's get into your monthly forecast here for January. This is a general reading for you, Leo. So 3 cards from each deck. I'll read right to left and then top to bottom for clarification. So we're looking for 3 cards regarding your general forecast for 2018. What is Leo's general forecast for January 2018? General forecast for Leo 2018. General forecast for Leo, January 2018. General forecast for Leo, January 2018. I'm actually going to try my hand over the next couple of months. You'll probably notice in the way I shuffle and the way I choose cards and so forth, just because I'm playing around with my own gifts and talents with regard to divination and the way that I feel cards and the way that I feel energy. So I'm switching things up not only to keep it fresh for you, but I really want to keep myself a little bit in the hot seat here. So I want to challenge myself as well. So let's look at 3 cards with regard to Leo's general forecast for January 2018. Leo, January 2018. And there's one that's just flipped up. January 2018 for Leo. We have a bunch of them there. Of course, we're going to flip those around and keep going. January 2000. All right, my little cards are like, oh, who's the boss? The cards. One more card, and then we'll get one more individually. I'm taking what I see, putting the other back. I know if you've been around for a while, you know that I will take qualifier upon qualifier. My readings will get so long and out of control. And sometimes if I shuffle too long, it's just this extremely long video. I'm actually going to pull a card for you. So that's another thing I'm trying to sort of fit in as well. All the information possible in as short amount of time as possible for everybody. And of course, I'm feeling when I can lay them and when I should keep shuffling. So without further ado, let's get into your January 2018 forecast. Some of your major themes, Leo, is your guardian angel, self-acceptance, and friendship. So left to right here, we're looking at a guardian angel. You may feel down, disappointed, let down, especially with regard to a plan here, very possibly emotional issue here. It doesn't have to be in a relationship though. Recall this, okay? It could be a friendship. It could be something that happened with a job. It could be something that happened with apartment hunting, for heaven's sakes. But don't give up, right? Just remember to sort of take a step back. It sounds counterintuitive, but you can use it to your advantage. You can slow down, take a step back, take a step back, 2 forward right now, this month, okay? So give yourself the leverage and the patience to do that. Here with your self-acceptance. Yes, absolutely. And this is beautiful because what happens when we self-accept is that we project this into the world. No matter what we feel about ourselves, we're projecting, right? So if you begin with self-acceptance and you learn to adore and love yourself, not through ego and arrogance, but through respect and love, what you can do is then you can project this into the world. And this is a beautiful gift to give the world, but it does begin with you. So remember to love yourself first, okay? Adore yourself. You're extremely important and you're very special, and you have a lot of gifts and talents. So pay attention to those and how important they are in the world. Friendship is just alerting you to some changes in your peer group. Very likely something that you are, if not anticipating, actually having a direct hand in. You might even be saying, you know what, it's time for this to end, or it's time for this to take a step back type thing. So friendships could be having a little switcheroo this month, but again, I don't think you're going to be too surprised by that. You might even be happy with that. And here with Badger, I thought my camera turned off and I was about to kind of say, no, I lost the whole reading, but it didn't. We're still going. Okay, yay. Badger, we have aggression, we have prayer and abundance, and we have gentleness. How beautiful is this? So again, left to right. Badger, it's of course, anything can be positive or negative just in terms of how it's used. So with Badger here for your forecast for January 2018, you want to be your own best friend. You want to be able to forge ahead, merge ahead without any real interruption here, or without any, distraction necessarily. But you want to remember that this is about projects. You don't want to move ahead in an aggressive way about your relationships, friendships, or even personal goals necessarily. You want to be aggressive about the following through with plans and concepts, but not with the people in your life, okay? And here with Buffalo, prayer and abundance, absolutely. I think that you are a highly spiritual person. I think that you are dealing... you rule the heart, right? In the body. You're the 5th sign. You rule sex and the heart, and but the part of sex that's fun and playful and procreative, as opposed to Scorpio, who rules sex and death, which is, the changes, the birth and the death. You, in terms of sex, this is sex, right, for pleasure, right, that Leo rules. So this is prayer and abundance. This could be something that you're feeling within this relationship. Very lucky, very prayerful, and very fortunate here that this person is in your life. And here with Deer, this is gentleness. Remember, and again, how peculiar, right? We have the opposites, aggressiveness and gentleness. So just be sure that you're using these elements to your advantage and they're not being used against you, or they won't come back to bite you in the butt if they're misused. So here I'm going to read top to bottom, guardian angel and aggression here. If you do need help this month, it's a nice idea to reach out. Just reach out for help from a guardian angel or the spirit world, or from a friend who works in the spirit world, and just ask for guidance right now. And if you do feel alone, remember that you are spiritually guided, you are divinely guided, and you don't need to be aggressive about an outcome here. You can relax about that. Here we have self-acceptance and prayer and abundance. This could be available to you through a prayer, through a dream. It could be someone else who's showing you or telling you how to become fully aware of and appreciate the self, and then you can just sort of absorb this and go about living this way. There's nothing to be ashamed of here, Leo. You just need to love and accept yourself, and remember that as long as you use your energy and intention to the highest good, everyone will benefit. And here with the upsets or changes in friendships, remember not only a letting go, but new friendships can be formed here. And gentleness, this could be your calling card, okay? If friendships no longer work in a gentle way for you, it's time to walk away from them, or it's time to make some changes. There are decisions there, right, with the fork in the road. And choose gentleness. This will be your best friend this month. This will be something that you can rely on this month. Gentleness will always have your best interests in heart. So that is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week for your pick a card reading. And until then, have an excellent week. Take care, Leo. Bye for now.